The best whiskey brands in the world, 15 Unmissable Drams. 1. Glenmorangie Signet, overall best whiskey. Glenmorangie Signet, first released in 2008, is the first single malt whiskey to use high roast chocolate malt barley with a blend of Glenmorangie's rarest whiskies matured in bespoke casks. It's so special that each year, for an entire week, the distillery stops every other activity and dedicates itself to producing the chocolate malt barley for the Signet. The nose is the first thing that'll impress you, warm coffee, ginger, and cinnamon, followed by dark chocolate and tiramisu. It's a pleasant aroma that focuses on sweet notes. The taste is an explosion of mocha and dark chocolate with a touch of apricot and exotic spices. You'll finish on a note of creamy cappuccino and amaretto with bitter-sweet orange. 2. Macallan 12-year double cask, best value whiskey. Hailing from the Highland region of Scotland, Macallan is an iconic distillery known for winning several awards. The brand dates back to 1824, making it one of the most trusted whiskey distillers in the world too. It's known for being partial to a sweet note. Learn more about the brand and see their entire whiskey collection in our list of Macallan bottle prices. The 12-year double cask is Macallan's entry-level spirit, but don't be put off by that. The vast range of notes from this bottle makes it an enjoyable drink to sip. This Scotch whiskey perfectly combines notes of fruits, caramel, and oak spices from sherry-seasoned European oak with bright citrus and vanilla notes of sherry-seasoned American oak. The end result is a satisfyingly rich and perfectly balanced flavor experience. 3. Johnnie Walker Blue Label, best tasting whiskey. The Blue Label is the brand's most prestigious blended whiskey, coming in with a higher price point that's more than worthy of the flavors to follow. With a rounded nose and the brand's signature spiciness, expect sweetness and an explosion of flavor from the first sip. Blue Label is known for being a velvety whiskey, so enjoy flavors like hazelnut, toasted oak, sandalwood, and tobacco while drinking it neat. It's an accomplished blend that's easily drinkable and definitely worthy of its highly regarded profile. 4. Oban Distillers Edition Single Malt, best sipping whiskey. Oban's Distillers Edition Single Malt is finished in Fino sherry casks, which elevate the sweetness of the spirit. It's a must-try from the brand, especially with the relatively low price tag. This single malt ages for 14 years in bourbon casks before being transferred to sherry casks for a final period of aging. This final step results in a whiskey that's luscious and soft, with a full-bodied feel and hints of fresh honey and florals. Throw in some toasted spices and candied fruit and you've got yourself a winner in Oban's single malt. 5. Bowmore Islay, best single malt Scotch whiskey. Bowmore combines two pillars of whiskey drinking, peatiness and sweetness, to produce a range of truly delightful drinks. The first Bowmore distillery was established in 1779 in Islay, Scotland, and uses a range of the island's malts to produce its whiskey. A perfect example of this combined flavor profile comes in the form of its 12-year Bowmore single malt Scotch. The 12-year is all about balance. It combines subtle notes of lemon and sweet heather honey with Bowmore's trademark peat smoke, leading to a delicious, long, and mellow finish. 6. Buchanan's 12-year Scotch, best blended whiskey. Buchanan's has been making a name for itself in the whiskey world for the past 130 years and is widely recognized as another favorite across the planet. It's affordable with round and complex offerings that'll leave a strong first impression on your taste buds. This award-winning blended Scotch whiskey combines some of Scotland's best flavors. It's an affordable bottle that works well when enjoyed alone or with a few drops of water. Or, bring out the citrus notes by mixing with soda water. This deluxe blend reveals flavors of chocolate and orange with a lighter feel than other blended whiskies. It has hints of smoke, but in a suggestive manner rather than overpowering. It combines malts from every region in Scotland, handpicked by master blender Keith Law, one of the prestigious names in whiskey. 7. Highland Park 12-year-old, best whiskey for the money. Highland Park Distillery dates back more than 200 years and has the proven experience to match. It's a brand with an edge and personality that comes out in everything from its fierce bottle designs to the equally sharp taste found inside. It's known for its long line of successful bottles and its 12-year-old might just be the top choice of them all. This whiskey offers the gold standard when it comes to drinking Scotch, with a heather honey flavoring and a wonderful nose. 8. Glenlivet 12-year, best whiskey under $50. Glenlivet distills its whiskey in pots that still use 100% malted barley combined with mineral-rich spring water drawn from the distillery's historic well. With an average starting price of $29.99 for a 750 ml bottle, the 12-year certainly won't break the bank but will offer a successful and smooth drink. The bottle is a staple in almost every bar you'll visit, mostly due to its complex and sophisticated flavor. 9. Yamazaki 12-year-old, best Japanese whiskey. Japanese whiskies are amongst our favorites for a modern interpretation of the age-old drink. And if we have to pick only one bottle, it would be the Yamazaki 12-year-old. This is one of the first Japanese single malts that successfully managed to break into the British market, at the heart of traditional Scotch whisky. Centuries Yamazaki 12-year-old offers a well-balanced fruity sweetness, making it accessible to novice drinkers, combined with rich complexity to fulfill the most experienced whiskey connoisseurs. 10. Knappogue Castle 16-year-old, best Irish whiskey. A slightly more unconventional whiskey brand, Knappogue Castle prides itself on doing things differently from the rest. Its roots date back to 1966 with the distribution of the famous Knappogue Castle 1951 whiskey, one of the oldest and rarest known Irish whiskies. Knappogue Castle 16-year-old is an intriguing Irish whiskey with an ever-growing number of notes that seem to appear and disappear each time you sip it. The snow-peat, triple-distilled malt whiskey comes aged in both bourbon and sherry barrels, ensuring a well-rounded, slightly sweet aroma and a creamy finish. 11. Glenfiddich Bourbon Barrel Reserve 14-year, best whiskey to drink neat. Contrary to its name, Glenfiddich's Bourbon Barrel Reserve is a Scotch whiskey. Its name comes from the fact that alongside a traditional Scotch palate, this spirit also offers a sweet hint of classic bourbon flavors. An amber gold whiskey, the 14-year has mainly malt-based flavors with a focus on oak, spice, and fruit. It's another sophisticated drink from a brand determined to pave the way towards single malt domination. This is a spirit paying homage to its American cousins with the bourbon notes but remains a favorite for whiskey lovers across the world. Its long, warming finish provides a silky mouthful with a strong cinnamon hit. It's a fun and enjoyable drink that's perfect for enjoying on its own. 12. Monkey Shoulder, best whiskey to mix in a cocktail. Monkey Shoulder is a proper whiskey and the result of a labor of love by David Stewart, the legendary master blender and malt master for William Grant & Sons Distillers. This triple malt Scotch is matured in 27 hand-picked casks by David Stewart before being mixed into a delicious blended whiskey that is finally left in first-fill bourbon casks for a harmonious result. Expect a richly smooth finish that will marry perfectly with your favorite cocktail. 13. Balvenie 12-year Doublewood, best whiskey for an old-fashioned. Balvenie focuses on using meticulous care and attention from a group of top distillers to produce some of the finest whiskey on the market. The distillery has been producing top-quality whiskey since 1962 and has built up a name for itself over time. This Speyside whiskey is another great choice from Balvenie's offerings. It's a classic after-dinner malt with a richness and complexity stemming from its second distillation in sherry casks. Its character focuses on black pepper, raspberry, cinnamon, and milk chocolate. It's a varied selection resulting in a big flavored dram that works very well together. Despite the mostly sweet flavors, it's a balanced drink with a long finish. Balvenie's 12-year Doublewood is known for being smooth and especially enjoyable with a cigar. Mix it into an old-fashioned to bring out the marmalade and orange peel notes for a perfect afternoon drink. 14. Ballantine's Finest, best budget whiskey. Easy to drink and far more complex than its price point would suggest, Ballantine's Finest blended whiskey is nothing if not consistently excellent value. All of its offerings are mellow and moreish with a satisfying aftertaste. Light flavors make for a strong choice that comes with an affordable price tag for all. Those looking for a pleasant whiskey without spending too much will enjoy Ballantine's Finest. Expect notes of milk chocolate, red apple, and vanilla. It's a wonderfully complex drink with plenty of depth for its budget price. 15. The Singleton of Dufftown 54-year-old, most expensive whiskey. The Singleton of Dufftown 54-year-old is an ultra-rare whiskey limited to only 235 bottles, the ultimate collector's bottle. This is the oldest single malt from the Singleton to date, and the second and final bottling in the Singleton's Paragon of Time collection, a 54-year-old 1966 vintage single malt Scotch by the Dufftown distillery in the heart of Speyside. The collection is a masterful exploration of time itself. It showcases the brand's skills and cares in successfully maturing whiskies over such a long period of time to develop real character and richness. Expect a surprisingly light and lively body for a whiskey of this age, with subtle sweetness and fruity notes of dried figs to begin, quickly followed by peppery spices. The finish is long and warm, with a light yet spicy black pepper sweetness, leaving a warm glow hints of oiled teak.